Hey, welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is a shadow healing channel. So I do look and see what your person is thinking and what they plan on doing, but we focus on the spiritual blocks that you have and your person has and how they play out karmically. Karmically means what we manifest from our actions, our behaviorisms, how we interact. And a lot of times when we are attracted to a soulmate, they tend to trigger us and they trigger our wounds. So, like I said, I want to see what your person, and I'm starting a little bit different because I'm going to actually use a tarot deck to open up this reading, just to see where you guys are at. I'm not going to look at the spiritual blocks first. We have to kind of wade our way into the heavy energy because things obviously don't always start off badly, right? They tend to start off really good. That's the problem. We tend to always want to get it back to that place. Now, if you're new to the channel and you like the channel, give me a like, comment the word in a comment bar if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, and that word is going to be elitist. All right. And subscribe to the channel. You have to like and subscribe to the channel in order to enter into winning a free reading anyway. The word of the day proves that you've watched the video. Again, these are shadow readings, so you have to really want to get a reading because I'm going to point out wounds, and our wounds tend to trigger us, things that activate our wounds. And so when we're interacting with a soulmate, again, the experience is really to create awareness. From a spiritual perspective, you are connecting with a soul person, that there's soul recognition, and which is really unconditional love. There's a familiarity, there's a comfortability. You feel like you know this person. The problem is a lot of times we don't know that person. We perceive that we know that person, and we may know them from that level of consciousness. However, there's many different levels of reality that play out at one time, and you and your person's reality may not be the same depending on what you both have gone through. So this is why we like to look at the shadows. And again, wanting to get a reading like this means that you want to do work on yourself. You want to heal the things that are blocking you from creating health, wealth, and all around emotional fulfillment. It's more than what your person feels about you. It's about how you're creating your life experiences, because your relationship is bringing out a behaviorism that most likely is not just preventing good things from happening in love, but a lot of times within money and finances and other areas of abundance, anything that we associate with love. So this is why we want to heal it. Okay, first card out is King of Cups. And then there's the Eight of Coins. And then the Three of Swords. I'm going to just... I feel like right now, again, this message, by the way, is going to be for Virgo. So if you're not a Virgo, but you resonate with this video, understand that the message most likely is for you as well. Take what you need and disregard the rest. Never force anything with the reading. Okay, so now Virgo, what I'm feeling is that you are appearing as if you have mastered like your emotions. And I feel like as a highly sensitive person, you're someone that used to get triggered very easily. You're someone that would tend to get all caught up in your head. And I believe that you're connected to someone that thought that they were going to do that to you. And so because you have been putting a lot of energy into your work, into your business, that you're actually overcoming a karmic mate, like a person that you thought was going to bring you a lot of emotional fulfillment. Because Three of Swords. And so again, this person, now you may be wondering whether this person cares, whether thinking they are very self-absorbed. But I don't believe that they're self-absorbed because they have a big ego. Though, however, when you met them, when you were interacting with them, when you were dealing with them, they did have a big ego. However, they are more like in a place of looking at themselves, looking at now how they manifest bad life experiences in their life. And I feel that they are because they expected you to act a certain way and you didn't. Like I said, emotional mastery. So when we're connected to a karmic mate, what do these people do? Well, they try and come into our life and they try to, and it's not that they're not attracted, and it's not that they don't feel the connection. The key to have wounds, they they still have feelings, they still want to experience love. They don't believe that they can have love. And so they have, and it's mainly because they don't articulate what they really want. They don't, they never show their true self. They always seem like they have one foot in, one foot out. They are emotionally disconnected. So their sense that they never really get too deep. So that thing is, they have very player energy. And which is what I'm feeling. So they came into your life, they expected to create a whirlwind within your life. And what they saw is they couldn't do it because I see emotional mastery here, which again, the King of Cups, you were standing in the King of Cups energy. Even though this person's self-absorbed. And then it's like, again, they, even though understand this person, I feel comes in this way or did come in this way, it's there's a sense of they expected there to be a loving exchange because again, the Two of Cups. So we want to understand why this person came into your life and they feel the emotional connection and they really want a loving exchange, but they're not really looking to like change is what I'm feeling. Like I said, because you put in a lot of time, a lot of energy into yourself, which again, there was a time that this would really have affected you. And the person that's connected to you, you had to have given a certain amount of time to them to make you feel this way. So we're going to look at their hidden truths for you. Because even though this person looks like, again, they're coming in and they're not articulating what they want, there's still a sense that they wanted you to, but and understand too, when a person has a big ego, they think that no matter what they do, that they're going to get away with it. And that's what they thought. So it says, it's time for me to heal now. So like I said, I wanted to see, just because again, their actions and their behaviorisms were in alignment with playing a lot of games, being self-absorbed, not giving you any time. Like I said, I don't really believe that this person is that way to be intentional. I believe that they get in their own way because they have trauma. Again, and we see that because they even know that, because understand when a person thinks that they can treat a person a certain way, and they think that you're going to respond a certain way, and then you don't do that, they have to look at themselves. They have to then take stock of themselves. And this, again, made this person's ego kind of crumble because they don't like who they are. Now, it's not really showing what they did. I want to see what they did, but I wanted to see again what they felt first, because again, what's more important to me is to look at the shadows. I love you. So again, we see how a person, when they have a lot of feelings for someone and they tend to create drama, they tend to create, where I believe this person had a big ego, where they wouldn't apologize. Whatever transpired, something transpired, and we're going to see what actually transpired. But your person didn't apologize. Instead, they expected for you to like chase them, to be really upset that they detached from you. They misjudged who you are. And so, again, you show a lot of strength, and this person isn't used to that. They're used of dealing with people that are really not emotionally intelligent. So you, again, became emotionally intelligent because you put your time into your own craft, into becoming yourself. And this is how we really overcome sorrow, because we overcome sorrow when we give to ourselves. So your person never dealt with a person like you before. So it doesn't mean that they didn't like you. But if I was to take the word of the day and incorporate that into this reading, I would say they were coming from a big ego. They perceived that they were almost better than you, that they were the better catch. That you were a good catch because they were attracted to you, but on paper, they were a better catch because of everything that they had, and possibly the house that they live in, the car that they drive, by these outside things. They put a lot of stock in outside things. So let's see exactly what this person did, because they had to have done something for you to, like, again, walk away and then think automatically that you were going to react a certain way. It just backfired. That's what I see. Their little plan backfired on them. And understand, unconditional love does make a person step into a true self. Laying a foundation. This person wants to come in and lay a foundation. Again, pages. They're trying to establish, I'm believing, some sort of security of their own. So maybe the person, again, that you're connected to is not financially as stable or sound as they like to present themselves. And so they're looking to lay a foundation for themselves so that they can come in and give something, I feel. Again, Four of Wands, because they want a union. That's again what I felt. They are planning on coming in and laying a foundation. Again, there is a little concern, however, that your person, again, the Lovers, and why this comes up and it's reversed, it's always that there was a choice. So possibly you were in union with someone that had a choice between you and someone else. And what happened is that they laid a foundation with someone else. They didn't choose you, but now they want to come in and do that. And they expect you to be all upset when they chose someone else and you weren't. So, like I said, and I'm feeling like they're not happy. I want to know what's going on with, again, with the person that they chose. So there was Two of Swords. Again, your person doesn't know what the hell that they want. They're like, there's a sense of the person that they stayed with or they chose to stay with. I feel like they had invested in a lot. I don't feel like it's a good relationship. I feel like with you, there's actual emotional connection, Virgo. With this person, there must be financial connection. There must be something, again, that they've invested a lot in this person. So to walk away, they would be losing a lot. So they're frozen with indecision, and that's what you feel. Four of Cups. It's again on there. And there's a thing like Four of Coins, but it's reversed. So it's like this person like is taking on so much responsibility from other people. I don't even feel like it's just one person. I'm actually feeling like they probably take care of the family, probably take care of, if they have a business with people, they probably take care of those people. If there's someone big in the community, they're taking care of that. They're taking care of everything else except for what they need to take care of with themselves and their personal life. It's like they're depriving themselves of that. Then, so it's a way that I'm feeling that your person's being manipulated, to be honest with you, because no one really wants to give up their life. And this, again, to unclutter their life, but it's, again, it's reversed. And so there's a sense again when you're taking on so much. So when you're thinking so much about other people's needs and you're doing so much, there is a sense of self satisfaction. But what's happening is the people that they're doing it for are not really respecting them. So it's again because they're not coming from their true self. They're coming from a place of avoidance. They're coming from a place of avoidance because they don't want to be uncomfortable. Nine of coins, again, and because they don't feel like they are enough. They don't feel like they have enough to offer. But that also comes from being around people that make them feel as if they're not enough. And that happens when you overgive to people and you're not taking care of yourself, because the people that you're doing that for are noticing and they also know what they would do. So there is unfortunately a sense of where people are perceiving this person, your person, as weak, as and when a person is perceived as being weak, they get disrespected. Their needs go unmet. So your person is actually getting drained because now there's this new awareness where before I feel like again they ran around doing for everyone else and there was a sense of fulfillment because they were being a martyr and at least it was somehow balancing out their energy, but they were really again like avoiding. So now they see the truth, but what they see is why it was so easy to avoid it before is because it's scary to make these changes. Again, four of swords. So again, no action or movement. Your person is just like kind of like frozen, which goes again with this indecision. I don't know. Too much thinking, and their environment is telling them things to make them stuck, making them feel like they don't have enough, that they wouldn't be good enough. And so really the problem is not really what people are telling them. It's that there's a sense that your person doesn't believe that they're deserving of love. I think it's because they connect to some people, not just one person, that like it's beneficial for them, person in that state, because actually went on to create their own life, then they wouldn't benefit. Because I feel like money is something busy of wands, reverse, so unpredictable. Your person that I believe is thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, but they're not balanced because they're not in a good space. Other people are controlling them. There's this new awareness. There's people that again they're it's almost like jail. They don't have any freedom because they're not trusted. And they also feel as if they really can't come towards you because, again, they're unpredictable. They've shown that they're unpredictable. So maybe, again, that your person's connected to somebody else, a karmic or just family. And again, they've been unpredictable, and unpredictable could be maybe they normally don't date, but when they do date, they really fall head over heels. Maybe again, when they do decide to go off on their own, they really go off. Maybe they're really frugal, but when they go and spend money, they really go and spend money. So they're a bit of a joker card, and that it would happen if a person is being controlled by their environment subconsciously. If I or anybody is in an environment where you're being told all the time that you're not good enough, you're not, that there's things wrong with you, and you've done things that you can perceive that, then you would be afraid to go. So again, your person needs healing and they know that they need healing because the situation they're in has created this. And then it's almost like you're over on the side and they do love you, but there's a sense of I'm still don't feel like I'm good enough. I still don't feel like I have enough. So there's no movement and you don't really know what's going on because they're too embarrassed to tell you because they wanted you to perceive them as if they were strong. They didn't want to make it like they were connected to other people for their business. They showed you a sign. side of them, which is kind of true, but not 100% true. And so they didn't really want you to see that because they perceive that you're someone that's strong and have your shit together, per se. And so, again, when a person doesn't feel good about themselves, they tend to, lie about who they are. They tend to, again, show you what they want to show you. And possibly, again, that brings us back to this energy of elitist energy, which is I want you to perceive that I'm someone that I'm not because I don't feel good about myself. However, does this person have feelings? Yes. Hangman. So again, they're resisting the change even though they are uncomfortable. And that's because they're really afraid. So what would this person need to do to heal? And will there be any forward movement in the future? And what can you do to heal? Because when you're connected to someone that there is unconditional love, but they don't feel good enough about themselves. We could see this behaviorism within alcoholism. We could see this behaviorism within cheating. We could see this behaviorism with anybody that tries to avoid and sticks to what other people, the narrative of what other people want, because they don't believe in themselves. And that's all over the story. But does this person have feelings? Yes, they love you. However, they don't really feel good about themselves. What they care more about is being perceived in a certain way. And they know if they make the wrong move, that the people that are surrounded them, they gave too much power to because they didn't believe in themselves. So there's a sense of, I'm trapped. But they're not trapped. They stay in a victim state consciousness. And they stay in a victim state consciousness because we're going to see. We're going to see why. I mean, a lot of times it's just easier, but understand this person is going to not be able to stay here because we may be able to control certain things, but then the universe conspires to also make things change. So let's just see, like you said, pieces. Always pick up the pieces when things fall apart. Okay, now look at the complete. So there's a sense of that they feel like there's pieces of them missing. So again, they're in this healing phase. So they really actually know. So I would say they're in a dark night of the soul. Because when I see pieces, I see disassociation, I see detachment, I see trauma, right? When we have detached pieces of self, fragmented pieces of self, those are pieces that from trauma that we don't remember anymore. But we just see the end result. And the end result for your person is that they keep on going into relationships and not really being able to be in an appropriate relationship because they give too much energy, too much power to who they're with. And in that, they wind up ruining their life. Because again, there's only two energies, love and fear. And so the fear parts are the parts that are traumatic, parts that we don't remember are really traumatic, but they're suppressed. Our energy still holds to that energy, and so we become a magnet to it. So many flames. So it's again your person's many flames. Like again, all the different relationships that they have. Again, the story is always the same. So which is what makes them think that they're stuck. So we'll ask, why did you manifest this person? Why did you manifest this person? Because with a situation like this karmic, that unfortunately, when there's love there, it proves that unconditional love, there is no ownership, there is no rules, it transcends all time, it transcends space, it's spiritual. It's to learn. This was a divine relationship. But this divine relationship, I believe, your person realized what they missed. I think that they thought that they couldn't love. I felt the love that you had for them. Just weren't strong enough to leave their situation. They're not strong situation because they've been living that situation for so long. And so we look and we see, why did you draw this person into your life? Because the best that we can do is learn. Say, well, why would I attract a person that is emotionally not available? Because this person can't be there for these people and do for this and not and give you at the same time. So this is why we know you walked away. And this person knows it too. So again, your person acted very stubborn and inflexible. So maybe again, your own stubborn and inflexibility. Also, maybe you just wanted to be in this connection. Like you just wanted it to go a certain way. This person also feels that, it's partially like you should have been more flexible. Like they wanted you to compromise. They're used of having people compromise to be in so that they can stay in that dysfunction. And you weren't willing to do that. But the thing is, they really thought, because they could feel the real true connection. So they kind of used the connection for their benefit, really, for their, like, to manipulate you is what I'm feeling, because they don't really know how to love. And maybe that's what they perceive love is, because people that claim to love them are manipulating them to get them to do what these people want, is what I'm trying to get at. So again, disrespect and humiliation. So this person didn't give you enough respect. And so respect is something that is earned, and that you need to make people earn the respect. So maybe that's your karmic lesson. The karmic lesson is you keep entering into relationships and you don't feel that people respect you, and that would be to your boundaries. This person had to have felt very comfortable that you were going to react a certain way, which is why they didn't give anything and why they were so very stubborn to change, because they were positive that you were going to break. The fact that you didn't break makes them mad, makes them, again, triggers them. But really, what you were doing is that you were demanding respect. And I believe that that's what you needed to do. It's not so much that this person deserved to treat you with disrespect. They don't respect themselves. They would be in an environment where people are conducting their life. So this is the level of consciousness that they're coming from. The moment that you saw that, you should have cut them off in spite of the connection, because I believe that this was really the spiritual lesson that you really needed to learn. Again, like humiliation, like I'm deserving of respect and you're not treating me with respect just because your situation, you knew that this person was lying right away in the beginning, and then possibly made excuses. And I'm not saying that this person didn't say that I'm getting a divorce. This person doesn't love me. This person doesn't really want to be in a relation. And all that might be true, but this person isn't letting go, and they're not leaving. They're staying in a dysfunction that's held together by money and other outside influences that are benefiting. So it's like their survival is perceived on staying in that dysfunction. And in order for them to get emotionally satisfied, you would have to compromise yourself. And maybe that's a situation that you constantly find yourself in, where people expect you to compromise your happiness. And this isn't happening because God wants you, or the universe thinks that you're deserving of not respect, is so that you demand respect. Because when you do, the right people and the right situations and the right experiences come into your life, because you're saying, no, I'm deserving of love. There's always a space between what is reaped to what is sown. So I believe when you cut this off, good things will happen for you. Just maybe not right away, because maybe it'll happen with your career. Maybe it'll happen, but it's gonna bring you something good. We're gonna look, but we're gonna also see what the universe says. What is the healing energy that we can actually bring into our lives to take the sting out of the energy? Because a lot of times when we get connected, remember you've given to this person to the point that this person felt. And you could be like, all I did was talk to them every few months. Every time they showed back up into your life, you talked to them, you held space for them. When most people would be like, last time I talked to you, you disappeared for a week, I'm not, or 2 weeks, I'm not going to talk to you for an hour like you're someone important in my life. It's again, that's how this person read it. It's like they might have not given you a lot. You might have felt like you didn't give a lot, but it was the emotion, the time, how they perceived. Okay, so again, when we have that connection, it's because how much the hurt. When we have a lot of hurt, it's because of how much we gave, and that's how much time. Again, and if we really convince ourselves that we can make it work, whenever we change the reality. And so I believe if you're hurt, it's because your reality that you felt that this person was important is changing. And that's hard a lot of times to actually transmute that energy, because it's like, well, I thought that this was really going to work. And that's why I gave it and I felt it and I believed it. Where this person's reality is, I'm stuck in my shit life. I don't have a life. That people control my life. I can't get out of this without ruining my life. I'm too old to change my life. Like these type of thoughts where you like with you, it was like, it's about respect. And because you were like, no, it's about respect. And you walked away. Well, this person is like, doesn't have the courage to do that in their life. So again, it amplified where they needed healing in their own life. Goodness. I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and I feed on positive. I free myself, allow my goodness to manifest and become a source of joy. Through gentleness, I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to manifest others. Well, I believe for your person, this is to know that there is goodness in them because they want to not hurt anyone and want to be a source of, strength for the people that they care about, that they believed at one point at least cared about them, is goodness. However, that again, through gentleness, I offer unconditional support and understanding and love to myself and others. So again, they would need to offer it to themselves and understand to find the balance of it. To again, I overcome my imperfections. They believe that there's a lack. And what's lacking is the fact that they believe that there's a lack, not so much that there's a lack. It's when we perceive things from a certain perception. So you might have said, well, I believe that there was a lack in me, which is why I was willing to give so much to this person, because I could feel the unconditional love. Yes, because that's a soul relationship and there is unconditional love there. However, there's a lot of blocks, there's a lot of wounds that need to be integrated. There's a lot of shadows from inner childhood wounds, from just life, because when we don't heal inner child wounds, they turn into bigger wounds because we continue to play out the same karmic theme within our relationships, which is why made your person believe that they needed to give so much power to other people, which is why they're stuck in this place of I'm trapped because again, I gave too much of my power away. Where again, that they need to work on their goodness and you need to again work on your goodness, know that there is goodness and you work on that goodness by stepping into it because it's already there. It's about giving and receiving of love. And it's about working on yourself to become the best version of yourself because it's already there. It's almost, but just because it's there, we all have to polish ourselves. Mastery comes in doing. You don't just all of a sudden know. Again, it's a walk. And when we are really investing in ourselves, well, then we can't give too much to others. Because we need to take time to do what we need to do to polish up ourselves. And that might mean take a class. It might mean jump more into our own passions, connect with other people, and have a more colorful life. instead of, again, tunnel vision. Your person has, like, I feel like a horse. You know how the horse has blinders on? Like, so they only see their life from that perception. And that's because their environment creates that. And it keeps them in a place of lack, limitation, and fear. One step at a time. I see the mountain ahead and dedicate myself to taking one small step at a time. I make progress by staying focused on the present moment, the current task that I regain my ease of living. So it's about, I believe, for both parties had the same spiritual block. Maybe yours wasn't as manifested as you, where you were controlled by your whole environment, but being connected to someone that is, it was like you were allowing their situation to impact your life. And that would be a karmic theme that you felt comfortable too in living by other people's rules. And so it's about feeding your own goodness, because you already are, again, good. But we polish up our character, and that's through creating ourselves more, throwing ourselves into our passions and our hobbies and our interests, and connecting to different people, so we really get an idea of who we are and what works for us within our life. And Spirit is saying, I believe that both parties need to do that. And that is one step at a time. It's that a lot of times when we're codependent, we try to create stability and safety. That's the focus. So that's what your person didn't believe in themselves. And I believe that they let other people control their life. And yes, they make money. And yes, they have that, but they don't own their life and they're not happy in their life. But they made choices based on money, based on security, which is coming from a place of fear, where we're not supposed to base our life around money. We're supposed to actually base our life around our goodness, who we are, what do we contribute into the world, how we connect deeply to people, because money doesn't have energy except for the energy we give to it. If we're not coming from a good place, what we're going to see is that we don't even have money. What I see is that this person doesn't have money, because if they leave, there goes all their money. And this is why they're terrified to do anything. They gave too much power to people in their life. And so, again, they were trying to make decisions, permanent decisions based on temporary situations. And when we're not strong within ourselves, that is what happens. And what Spirit is saying to you is, Virgo, you dodged a bullet, because you didn't even know this person. And if you were with this person and you realized that, your life wouldn't have been happy, because they would have been controlling your life too. And because inevitably they're controlling this person's life. So the moral of the story is, again, relationships are something that happen over time. And really, you might have been invested in someone, like thinking that they were one person, and they weren't that person at all. And so, and that is how we get hurt karmically. So this would be like a karmic relationship, because you both learned. However, you did not inherit the karmic pain. This person that you're connected to did, because you walked away. You walked away and said, no, I choose me, because you're not giving anything. And this person stayed connected to someone else and everything else. But they do have love for you. And they just gambled and thought, you're going to do that because I can feel that you truly love me. Well, what they know is that they'll be looking after you for the rest of their lives, because there was love there. So I'm going to leave that there. And if you resonated with this message, let me know. Give me a like, comment, again, the word elitist in your comment bar, and always subscribe to the channel. And remember, what's important is not what we display to the outside world. It's how happy we are. Because in the end of the day, what you want today is not what you want tomorrow. And we have to be able to know how to go with the flow and the changes of life. And that happens by becoming strong within ourselves. And that the benefit is when we, again, contribute to our life and feed our life and become of ourselves, the money just comes. If we just focus on the money tends to, we wind up becoming of poverty consciousness anyway, because the money wasn't manifested for the right way. And that's a spiritual law. Okay, till next time. Talk to you soon. Bye.